Hey everybody, Little Mo Gaming here. Welcome back to another episode of Little Mo Gaming at Lunch. How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing okay. It is Friday, so happy Friday. End of the week, baby. Ready to get into the weekend. That's honestly how I feel every time Friday comes. And I think it's just because I've had a lot of stress at work lately, and with the current branch that I work at, I have a full weekend. So it kind of reminds me of the good old days of being in school, and being in school Monday through Friday, and then Friday just having a good vibe around it because it's the end of the week. You're gonna hang out with your friends. You're gonna do what you want to do, go outside, whatever we used to do on the weekends as kids before we drove, and after we drove. But yeah, it's a good feeling. I hope that I know that my schedule will change eventually, just with the nature of the company that I work for. There are certain times where there's certain areas you work where you may have to work on the weekend or something. And currently I'm not really in that schedule, so I'm enjoying it while it lasts. So, shout out to having a full weekend. Here's hoping that one day, we get like a 3 or 4 day weekend. That'd be great. I'm a big advocate for that. Hope everyone's doing well. Last week when I uploaded this video, I did like a live gameplay commentary where I was playing Gears of War and recording my commentary at the same time, which was really fun and I enjoyed doing it, but unfortunately the audio had a lot of issues. So going back to the traditional format, which I think I actually enjoy a little more anyways, where I'm just going to put like a bunch of cool gameplay clips while I'm talking about today's topic. And the games you're going to be seeing today, of course, a little bit more Gears of War. I think I have more Gears footage. I'm going to have to double check on that. But if I do, yes, some Gears of War, some Resident Evil, which I finished recently, had a lot of fun with that. But I still got some footage of that I haven't put up yet. And I jumped back into KCD too, so there'll be some KCD footage here. Definitely been having a lot of fun with that, and I'll talk more about that in a later video this year. But for the topic today, what I wanted to talk about was why I haven't renewed my PS Plus subscription. So my PS Plus subscription went out almost a month ago now, and this is the first time that it's gone out and I haven't renewed it. And one thing that really annoyed me when the subscription went out is because I found out it went out by, I wanted to play some Sword of the Sea, which if you don't know, I've been doing kind of a let's play of Sword of the Sea. And I had a lot of fun doing that. But when I tried to boot it up, it wouldn't let me in. And it was because of the PS Plus subscription having ended, so I no longer have access to games that I downloaded through PS Plus. And it became evident to me there was so many games I had downloaded that I couldn't access anymore because of that, like Wipeout Omega Collection and I forgot which other one, Sayonara Wild Hearts, which I've been showing gameplay from in recent videos. And that really bothered me. I was like, man, so if I'm not subscribed to this, I can't access these games. And I've always been an advocate. If you've been watching my channel for a while now, I'm an advocate for ownership of games and media and buying physical over digital and all that. I do see the value in something like PS Plus or Xbox Game Pass, and what that offers. But it really bothered me when I saw that I don't have access to these games anymore because of the fact that my subscription ended. And it totally makes sense, of course, that's what you pay for. You pay for the subscription and it gives you access to these games that you can download through that subscription. And if you no longer have that subscription, you don't have access to it. But yeah, it just kind of felt weird. And then I thought about it, and I was like, okay, I can't play Sword of the Sea right now. Well, then let me see what game I actually have in my PlayStation right now and play that. And I saw that I had Gears of War in there, and I just thought, okay, well, I'll just play some Gears of War. And that night I had a really good time playing Gears of War. And I think part of it had to do with the fact that, I just chose to play the game that I had in my console at the time. And when you try to choose a game based off of what you have downloaded digitally and all the different access that you have from these subscription services, it's a lot harder to pick a game and feel like, oh yeah, I had such a blast playing that, because you have more of like the term I've heard for it is analysis paralysis, when you have so much to choose from. Whereas if you just have like one thing to choose from, then you can really hone in on that and focus on it, and you end up enjoying it a lot more. So that's what I've been really doing lately, is I've been, playing whatever game I have in there. And then if I want to play something different, then I'll just pull the disc out and put in the disc of the game that I feel like playing. And because I went through that process, it feels a lot better, to boot that game up, because like, okay, I picked the disc, I put it in, this is what I'm playing tonight, this is what I'm going to focus on. And I really enjoyed that feeling. And so I haven't really found a reason to resubscribe to PS Plus. And also because I don't really play anything online right now. And ultimately, if I do resubscribe, it's going to be for online play. Battlefield 6 just came out, and I've heard really good things about it. Although, in all honesty, I'm not really like hardcore itching to play Battlefield 6. So, that's why I haven't picked it up yet. And, I haven't resubscribed to PS Plus, because I'm not going to play that game anytime soon. I would like to play it. Maybe, I might end up eating my words later and resubscribe, pick up Battlefield 6 by the end of the year and resubscribe so I can play online. But yeah, that would be the reason for me to resubscribe. Like, I'm not going to resubscribe so I can play, a game like Sword of the Sea. I mean, I do want to finish Sword of the Sea. I do want to continue it. I had a really good time playing it. But at this point, I feel like when I do want to hop back in, it's probably worth it to just buy the game. And then that way I can really just focus on that game and play it and enjoy it. And I've already tried it through PS Plus, and I know that it's worth, buying the game and supporting the developers, and which I'm going to probably talk about this in another video as far as the idea of like buying a game to support the developers. I had a kind of like an interesting view on that I thought about recently, but I'll talk about that in another video. But yeah, a game like that I was really, really having fun with, I'll probably just buy it, and most likely it'll go on sale. Right now we're in the holiday season, it'll go on sale. A game like that will probably be like $10 or less, that's totally worth it. But not necessarily worth it to shell out $150 for another year of, PS Plus if it's just to play that game, right? So I don't know. That's kind of how I've been seeing it right now, and that's kind of where I'm at. So right now, for the foreseeable future, I'm probably not going to renew my PS Plus subscription. Again, like I said, whenever I do want to hop onto some multiplayer game like Battlefield 6, or I don't know if I'm going to hop on Call of Duty or Black Ops 7 this year. If anything, I'd rather get Battlefield, because I definitely miss Battlefield. Like, I used to play a lot of Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 1 back when those came out. I had a ton of fun in those games. So yeah, I might get Battlefield later this year, and if I do, I'll end up eating my words and resubscribing, but we'll see. If anything, I was actually looking at the subscriptions for PS Plus. You can do like a 3-month subscription for $50, which, for doing it to play a multiplayer game, like, honestly, I'm not the kind of person who plays a multiplayer game all year. I'm the kind of person who, if I really get into it, like a game like Battlefield or Call of Duty, I'll probably play for a couple months, right? And then I'll probably stop and put it down. So doing a 3-month subscription might actually be worth it if I do want to play something like that. But for now, I'm perfectly happy with what I have, and I think that that's something I've really been trying to, get into the habit of, is just playing what I have, and not, FOMOing and playing, trying to download every game that I want to play, and even through PS Plus, and then not really getting a lot of value because I'm having that analysis paralysis of what to choose to play. And of course, I'm going to give a shout out to BBK Dragoon. He's a YouTuber that I follow who talks a lot about this idea of analysis paralysis and this stuff. And he recently actually talked about a similar topic, with playing what you have and things like that. So shout out to him for the for that insight. And I just wanted to give my 2 cents on it and how I feel about subscriptions, and now that I'm in that spot where my subscription ended, and how I've been kind of treating that. So that's really all I wanted to talk about here today. I am going to go ahead and let you go. Hope you have a good weekend and a good rest of the day today. Friday, I think Friday night, honestly, is one of the best parts of the weekend, because of the fact that, there's not necessarily an early morning obligation. So you can kind of stay up and do what you want to do. Unless you want to get up early and do what you want to do, which is kind of what I do, honestly. Like I'll stay up a little bit later on a Friday, but I still go to bed at a relatively early time, because I enjoy waking up early, like around 7 o'clock, and, like making some tea and just kind of doing what I want to do, whether that's playing a game or watching some TV, reading a book, or just chilling in general, and it's definitely something that I enjoy, and, I'll probably be doing tomorrow morning. So hope you enjoy your weekend. And you know what? I'm going to try to make it a tradition at the end of these videos where I will give a movie recommendation of a movie I saw recently. So for me right now, I'd say a movie that I saw recently it's kind of stuck in my memory, Bram Stoker's Dracula. The one that came out in, I think it was 1996. It has Gary Oldman, Keanu Reeves, a few other actors that are awesome. Really, really good movie. Kind of scary at times, honestly, but it's just a really cool way that they showed like vampires and like Dracula and whatnot. But yeah, my wife and I watched it recently, and it was great. We might actually watch Nosferatu this weekend. Which I hear, Nosferatu actually has like a similar story to Bram Stoker's Dracula. But yeah, we'll probably watch Nosferatu this weekend. We've kind of been on a horror movie kick. We watched It Chapter 1 last week, and I don't know, maybe we'll watch Chapter 2. I'm kind of in preparation for the HBO show, which just came out, and I heard that's great. So I don't know. I mean, I like to watch many different kinds of movies. We've been kind of on a horror kick recently, just watching like different kinds of horror movies. But stuff that's cool, stuff that's fun. And Dracula was really cool. So I highly recommend it. Why don't you leave a comment down below of some sort of a movie recommendation you might have for me and all the other folks who are here watching this video. So anyways, have a great weekend. And as always, take care.
But you did not make any such promise, did you?
Do you know where to look for them?
From what I know, they mostly hang around Miskovitz. It seems they use a secret password to recognize their own.
Password? What password?
Fuck. What was it? Ah, I remember. The fox is in the henhouse.
How did you learn their secret password?
When Drydevil's band broke up, I was looking for a company to join. Then this one time at a tavern, there was this scrawny, drunken loudmouth going on about the peasants' revolt and shouting out the password for all to hear. Some old woman from Miskovitz slapped that lad so hard, his chin hit the table.
Right, so I'm supposed to look for a scroll.